Hi everybody and welcome to Wendy's Creative Corner. Today I am excited to share with you my scrapbook room tour. So we are standing outside of my scrapbook room, and as we go in I will take you on a quick pan of my room. It's not a very big room, but I do think I have it fairly well organized. So we'll start from the beginning. When we come into the door, and I must tell you I've had to make some changes as far as organization goes, because I've just purchased a new storage box for my scraps. So I've had to do some reorganizing. So as we come in, as you'll see, I'm not able to close my door now, which is fine by me. I never usually close it anyway. But this is the first storage unit that I have, and as you can see up here, I've got my camera, some zip dry, my Xyron, glue dots, some of my favorites, and over here it did have some spools for ribbon, but I've had to remove them just so I can butt it up against my desk. So in here I've got 3 pull-out canvas boxes, and I've just got my paper stacks in those, and I've got them organized by Christmas, winter, and Halloween, Valentine's Day, and down below is my Stampin' Up! Punches, which is pretty full. Over here is my desk. It's just a corner desk, but I'm happy with it. It fits the space. I've got my caddy there full of my daily essentials, my Cricut Expression, which will hopefully soon be replaced by the new E2. And you'll see there my Gypsy. And here just my printer that I use off my laptop. And my Big Shot. And some of my scrapbooking albums, and over here's just a organization tool that I use for some of my favorite magazines. Now up on the wall I have this Making Memories storage unit. So I've got here, I keep my stickles, my Glimmer Mist, my Distress inks, my buttons, some flowers, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And over here, this is new to my room, just made those yesterday. They are 2 units, and they're just made out of canvas to display some of the cards that I've received. And up here is a picture of my husband and I when we went to the Grand Canyon. And again, these are just our engagement photos that I have up on the wall. And up here's where I keep my Cricut cartridges. So I've still got plenty of room to fill more. And don't you worry, that will happen. And over here is where I keep all of my scrapbooking albums. And I do have to tell you, those are all full. And I actually went out today and bought a new one because I've got no more space. And down over here, I've got these Jet Max cubes from Michaels, and I'll just show you here. Down below in this unit here, I won't open it, is just the power cords for my Gypsy and printer and a little bit of miscellaneous. Up here I've got my stuff for my Bind It All, as well as some vinyl. Here I have a combination of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, as well as 12 by 12 pattern paper, and some of my Nina Brooks scrapbooking kits. And up here you'll see I have my computer paper, I have my Martha Stewart scoreboard, my Cricut mats, and I've got in here I've got the 6 by 6 mat stacks. And down below I've got the 4x5 by 4x5 by 6 matte stacks, and in here is where I keep all of my flowers. And that fits nicely in there. And up here you'll see I've got my Clip It Up, and I've got a combination of Peachy Keen, Scrappy Moms, Pink by Design, and Pink Stamper, and some miscellaneous stamps I've got here, and I still have room to grow. Here I have my Stampin' Up inks in this caddy, and again I still have lots of room to grow if need be. And here I've got some ribbon spools, some loose ribbon, some of my DVDs, and some of my clear Stampin' Up stamps. In these drawers here, I've just got miscellaneous ribbon as well. And up here, I've got my Bind It All, and in this basket, these are all my recollections, new purchases that I've made as they were on discount over at Michael's, so I stocked up. And this cute little flower pot was made by a friend of mine. And in this top Jetmax cube, and I don't find it very sturdy, so I don't suggest anybody go out and buy one of these unless it's bolted down. But I've got all my pattern paper that's 12 by 12, as well as my Stampin' Up cardstock in here. And down below, in this little cubby here, I've got my sponges for my distress inks. And in this one here, I've just got some die cuts that I've been given through swaps, and I keep them in there, so those fit in there nicely. And here's where I store my 8.5 by 11 cardstock from Stampin' Up. And here I've got, I don't use this anymore, but it's an eyelet setter, I'm sorry. And here's where I keep all my bling. And this is just miscellaneous junk. This first drawer here, I have a combination of sponges, my scrub pad, my pencil crayons, chalk, some ink pads in there as well. Down below is where I have all of my acrylic paint, and I just purchased this plastic. It was on discount at Michael's as well, and I find it really handy. And down below is where I have some more punches. Most of these are Martha Stewart, and then some of the newer punches from Stampin' Up I keep in there. This right here is my new purchase that I made today, and this is where I'm going to store all of my my scraps in these plastic bins. I find they're going to be easier to get at instead of using this trifold pouch that I had, which I found very hard to find pieces of scrap. And over there you'll find my sewing machine. Don't use it very often, but it is there if I need it. In this little basket I've got all of my adhesives, and in this one all of my Cuttlebug embossing folders. And in here, I won't open them, but I'll just show you. They're not by Jetmax, but they're from Walmart. In here I keep my rub-ons and my stickers. Give you a quick peek, I guess. Here's where I keep all my chipboard. And that one. And down below, these are just photos I have to scrapbook. And then this one over here is letters. So I've got a ton of letters. Different kinds, sizes, colors. Down below is my embellishments. Assortment of this and that and everything else. And down below are my Big Shot dies that I have. And over here I have this tall cabinet, which I bought at, I believe it was Home Depot. And let's take a look inside. So on the first two shelves you'll see is where I keep all my Stampin' Up stamps. The second one as well. Down below is where I have all my card supplies, my cards, and some photos. This one here is all the items that I've made for craft shows or that are needed to be altered. And the last one I have in this caddy here is from Michaels, and it's a recent purchase as well. It was $14.99 and it holds up to 2,000 pictures. So I've stored about 2,000 pictures in there. And in this caddy is some smaller embellishments, my brads, my eyelets, so on and so forth, and just some paintbrushes. And last but not least, I have my two Fiskars cutting blades. This one's for 12 by 12 paper, and so is this one, although it can be trimmed down. And in this last cabinet, down below is where I keep some of my magazines, my favorites, and a few photo albums. This drawer here is where I have all my ribbon and my yummy twine. It's in boa. And in here is my tools. So I've got my glue sticks, my new eye bond from Imaginesse, circle cutter, got a small paper trimmer, I've got the Distress It All. So there's some tools. And my last drawer, as you can see, sewing and fabric. I don't sew, but I do have a little bit of material from Stampin' Up and some quilt batting, and this is just some miscellaneous material. And if this looks familiar to you, it's because I use that for my card display, this chocolate material. Anyway, so that sums up my craft room. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them and I will be more than happy to answer them. I will just leave you again a quick idea of what my craft room looks like. Hopefully I'm not making anybody dizzy. And then down below, and my other wall, my desk. And there you go. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my scrap room tour, and hopefully I was able to inspire somebody as far as organization goes. And as I said, please feel free to leave your comments or questions that you may have, and I will talk to you soon. Bye now.